Can I start with the bad news first? Is that all right? Good. So if anybody feels they need extra drink now, put up your hand. We'll see if we can get some bar service in here. Recently, we had a federal budget, as you know, with deficits going on forever. A challenging environment for Canada because we have no idea how NAFTA is going to turn out and whether or not or how we might be impacted by border taxes. And there was this ongoing threat of increasing capital gains tax by 50% to a 75% inclusion rate. Now, I've heard from some sources that this was sort of a trial balloon and is basically not likely to get floated again because there was a lot of pushback. But one thing that the government is philosophically aligned against is incorporated professionals. And we're going to see a paper probably in 3 or 4 months' time about a policy approach that they wish to take with incorporated professionals. So the question is, what is their problem? Well, first off, they want to restrict who can incorporate. So it's a really interesting challenge to do that because it's a bit like saying, well, if you're a dentist and you have a staff of 5 and you spend $500,000 building your practice, you can't incorporate. But if you're a plumber and you have a staff of 2, you can. So it's really an interesting issue about how they decide who's on the right or left side of that discussion. They want to limit income splitting, which they see as an unfair advantage, and they want to limit the retention of corporate earnings. So in other words, they don't want you to be able to retain profits that were taxed at lower rates inside your corporation. We don't know how all of this is going to play out, so we have to wait and see. But likely, there's going to be a fairly decent hue and cry about whatever they come up with. But their intention is to try to extract additional taxes. That's their bottom line. And we're going to look at this issue from an income inequality perspective when we take a look at where Canada sits in comparison to the rest of the world.